Hey guys, I got asked by a buddy of mine to do a review on PayPal. So I'm going to do a review on PayPal tonight and just talk about it kind of, from a kind of a long-term investing type strategy. One thing is um, there's a lot of stocks in the market right now that are, down 40, 50, 60, 70% from where they were at during all-time highs. I mean, look at PayPal. The all-time high was 310, and it's down to $121 right now. So down quite a bit from its all-time high. But briefly, kind of wanted to go through a couple of different scenarios, and where maybe some good areas of demand for the stock. Um, and I'm not saying like you're going to buy it and it's going to come back right away, but just definitely some good buying areas for PayPal. So you look at, I've got the red line plotted here, which is like always at 21 EMA, and then the light blue line is the 100 simple moving average, and then the green is going to be the 200 simple moving average. So if we look at PayPal here, you can see it had a low of $82.07 back in March 23rd of 20, and now it's right at that 121 mark. It's actually broken through the 100, had a strong breakthrough that 200-day moving average, which for most stocks, when they break through the 200 and they're strong and there's a strong breakthrough, doesn't really look good for the upside. More times than not, when you have strong stocks and they get close to that 200, they tend to actually bounce off it. You can kind of see right here, it had a pretty good bounce. I mean, it wasn't right at the 200, but it was close. But most of them like to bounce off that 200 when it's pulling back, and PayPal actually broke through it. So we could see a return to lows. Its low of $82. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. If you look down at the TTM squeeze here, you can see these green bars mean that the stock is firing. So this could be firing to the upside or downside if there's a green dot that's present. But you can see here we've had bearish divergence because we've had increased selling pressure firing to the downside. We took a break right here on the 24th where we had the stock, and I think on this day the market did have a pretty good bounce, but PayPal actually had a bit of a bounce, and you can see it was right off that 200 on the 24th, and selling pressure subsided for one day, but then we went straight back down, the next day from 162 all the way down to 121. So it had a nice drop for that weekly bar there, and now we're headed lower. So you could see on the weekly here, it possibly get down to $82. Really, you want to start seeing PayPal reclaim that 200. Once it starts to reclaim that 200, then you can look for bluer skies ahead. If we go to the daily real quick, so you can see we had a huge gap down on the daily. I believe this was earnings when it had that large gap down. That's why there was such a gap down on it. But we've got a gap here around that $155 level, and we have a gap here around that 226 level. So, definitely when it heads back up, it's going to eventually fill those gaps. But the question is, when will those gaps be filled? And you can see here still on the daily, you can see here on the yellow bars, that's kind of when that weekly yellow bar came in, when it was actually retracing back to the 21. And now we got back down. And so you can see here the selling pressure is coming back in. Really, if you're looking from a timing standpoint to buy it, I wouldn't necessarily start buying PayPal again until you start seeing those yellow bars come back in and PayPal's above the 21. Or if you want to get a better price on it, I mean, you could cost average into PayPal right now and just buy it all the way down to that possible low, and keep buying from there, or wait and see where we start to actually base at. So, you can see we're at 120 and 50 cents right now. If we start to base around here, meaning we close above the 120.50 mark for a few days, then we may have a pullback back up to that 21 EMA. Regardless of the fact, though, I think 121 is a good price for PayPal. There has been some news, I guess not necessarily news, but rumors that Amazon, or sorry, thinking about Peloton, but um, you know, PayPal is definitely at a good price right now. Like I said, it's almost a third of what it was worth. So always smart. You can, like I said, cost average in and buy it here all the way down to support, or just wait and see if we do get any weaker. So, with that being said, hopefully trading has went well this week. The Today was super sloppy. I think I had one trade. It was on a SPY, had a 22% return on that, but it was a quick trade. Really wasn't any great setups. I just think the market overall is still trying to find its feet. And as I said earlier, a ton of stocks are just taking a breather and getting beat down right now. So, anyways, um, get your study on tonight, and good luck with trading tomorrow. And I will talk with you later.